The Shameless Narcissist. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Those of you who are familiar with my work know that I provide a comprehensive categorization of narcissists to help you better understand the similarities and differences in terms of how narcissists present and behave. There are those that think that the narcissist is simply a self-absorbed show-off, but those of you who've studied my work, and even more those who've been involved with narcissists, know it is far more than that. Certain narcissists do fit with the archetypal image of the show-off that's self-absorbed, always talking about themselves, always wanting to ensure that they are noticed in a particularly overt fashion. But you also know of those narcissists that play the victim, who still draw attention to themselves, but in a more covert manner. But we're not looking at any covert behaviours here, as once again, this particular shameless narcissist provides me with an opportunity to highlight her narcissism and to help people understand why she behaves as she does. Bonnie Blue, whose real name is Tia Emma Billinger, revealed a Premier League club banned her after she offered to pleasure fans at a game. Many people may be scratching their heads as to think, why on earth would you offer to do this in the first place? And then, why would you then talk about the fact that you have been banned? Well, the answer is because she is a narcissist that has no concept of shame or embarrassment. She first of all makes the offer because she is a somatic narcissist that is hypersexualized, and she utilizes sex as the highway to enable her to assert control over the man that she's having sex with, over the audience that is watching her having sex with that particular man, and the audience that then reads or watches about her exploits thereafter. She uses sex as a means to draw fuel. She draws fuel from the man that she's having sex with. She draws fuel from the responses of those that watch her having sex with that man. She draws fuel from the reactions of people who express their disgust or their delight at how she conducts herself. She obtains a residual benefit from this behaviour because she's monetized it. And simply to her, sex is a means, although she doesn't realise this because she is an unaware narcissist, of controlling people, drawing fuel from them, making money, and gaining some pleasure also. For that is a residual benefit. She claimed that she was permanently banned from Nottingham Forest City Ground Stadium, previously announcing on social media her plan to film adult content with fans after a match, which led to security escorting her off the premises. Well, it doesn't surprise me that all of this didn't work out, because as we know, that just recently Nottingham Forest couldn't get beyond a semi-boom tish dispatched from the FA Cup by the mighty Manchester City. In case you're wondering, yes, City is my side. Anyway, Bonnie stated on the Only Stands podcast, once again, the utilisation of being interviewed for the purpose of talking about herself and doing so shamelessly, that she was told she was banned due to her profession as a sex worker, despite her belief that the club does not discriminate against such workers. She has often posted shorts, utilisation of social media for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims, wanting men to meet her at Nottingham Forest games for 15 minutes of fun, saying she needs warming up as she hates the cold. The controversial porn star, who claims to have had sex with 1,057 men in one day, said on the Only Stands podcast, "I recently went to a Nottingham Forest game. Well, I attempted to. I put on my socials, 'Hey boys, I'm going to be at the game. I'd like to film with you afterwards.' I turned up at the football game and the gate security was like, 'You are permanently banned from the ground.' I thought when they asked me to go to the side, maybe they're upgrading my tickets. Maybe they want to escort me to my seat. This is quite nice. It's a good service." Once again, demonstrating the delusion of this particular narcissist. "They asked to see my tickets. I showed them and they took them off me, saying, 'We're escorting you off the premises.' Apparently they don't discriminate against sex workers, but I was banned because I was a sex worker." Victimhood. Attempting to demonstrate the hypocrisy of Nottingham Forest, whereby Nottingham Forest clearly don't want such an individual as her engaging in what could be regarded as criminal behaviour, for instance, outraging public decency or some form of obscenity by performing sex acts with people and filming it. I was going to encourage them, the players, give them a good time. I also think if I'm entertaining the supporters, it's less people drinking, so I'm actually doing something good for their health. This, of course, is errant nonsense. And she comes out with this bollocks as a means to seek to nullify the threat to control posed by her ejection from the City ground. The fact that she was removed threatened her need for control. She wasn't able to do anything directly because no doubt two burly individuals physically removed her. But she has to try and nullify that threat to control, so she does so indirectly. She goes on a podcast and talks about it, suggesting that she was just trying to do something nice. Nottingham Forest are rotters, that they're hypocrites, that they're prejudicing her as a consequence of her being a sex worker, despite saying they don't discriminate against sex workers. Feels sorry for me. I was just trying to do a nice thing. Back in November 2024, she claimed that a closeted gay Liverpool player asked her to organise an orgy with 22 men for him, probably made up, and again done so for the purposes of trying to elicit and provoke a response, because she is a highly provocative narcissist, alongside being utterly shameless. Speaking on the One Night with Steiny in November, she made the unverifiable claim. He messaged me saying, "Oh, I heard you've taken 22 guys in one night." He's like, "I'm pretty jealous," although he means envious. And at the time I joked, saying, "What, me taking 22 guys?" And he said yes, and he wanted me to organise 22 guys for him. Yeah, and obviously in football, people don't talk about either gay or bisexual. The shocked host asked Bonnie to elaborate, with one asking, "Wait, he wanted to be you. He wanted to be Bonnie." Bonnie replied, "Yeah, and that's what I mean. On the messages to start with, I was confused." Well, of course, the grandiosity of the narcissist, whereby she believes that not only would everybody want to shag her, but everybody wants to be like her also. Another said, "So he's like your gay bestie then?" With Bonnie replying, "Yeah, well, I wouldn't say we were besties. We only exchanged messages, of course." She's asked, "But did you fuck him?" She says she hadn't, explaining he simply reached out to her to ask her to organise an orgy on behalf of this unnamed football player. "No, he just wanted me to organise guys for him." And then she added that she hadn't actually fulfilled his request. Once again, this shameless narcissist was offering to pleasure fans at a game, demonstrating a lack of boundary recognition and a shameless pursuit of fuel and control. She then broadcasts this as a means to nullify the threat to control posed by the club, telling her, "You're not doing that, and you're banned from attending the games because of your behaviour." She can't comprehend why anybody would want to say no to her. In her world, everybody would want to fuck her. In her world, everybody in the stand at the City ground would want to knock her hip out. And as a consequence, she engages in behaviour which many people would shake their heads at, would regard as disgusting, and also in respect of the men that might want to sleep with her also. But that doesn't concern her. She's not embarrassed. She doesn't do embarrassment. She's not ashamed. She doesn't do shame. What she does is utilise people's outrage for the purposes of fueling her, to increase her notoriety and infamy so that she can make more money, control more people, and receive more fuel. Once again, the narcissist in action, demonstrating a complete absence of shame. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.